Tom Papa.
So the theme of the show is wee hours, and they asked if I would talk about that, and I got nothing. Because I've got children, and I was cool for a while. I used to listen to Fish, too. And now I do it quietly in the bathroom so as not to disturb people. To better explain this, I'm going to read you an essay from my book, Your Dad Stole My Rake and Other Family Dilemmas. This is entitled Children. If you're lucky, you just might fall in love, get married, and build a peaceful, happy home. A quiet place where the two of you can relax in harmony for the rest of your days. Unless, of course, you decide to have children, at which point your home will be invaded by the worst roommates you could possibly imagine. From the minute they show up, your life is no longer your own. These are horrible people to live with. If they were good roommates, would they walk in when you're reading the paper and rip it out of your hands? Would they scream and interrupt every time you try and kiss your spouse? Would they stand up in the middle of a restaurant, throw food, knock over glasses, and pee on the table until you have to beg for the check? No. People don't tell you these things when you're deciding to have children. They show you pictures of cute babies in Halloween costumes and clean-faced toddlers sleeping like angels on unruffled beds. They tell you that having children is the best thing they ever did and that they can't imagine a life without them. These are tales from prisoners who forgot what life was like on the outside. Another thing they don't tell you is that you will never sleep again. We all know sleep is rare when they're babies, but the truth is you won't sleep for the rest of your life. You think you're sleeping, you lay down like you're sleeping, you close your eyes like you're sleeping, but you're listening for trouble 24 hours a day. You are now a volunteer fireman for the rest of your life. In the middle of the night, my little one threw up off the top bunk bed. All I could hear was a single chirp. She didn't even know what was happening yet. And I was up from my bed, running like a Marine in his underwear, grabbing anything that looked like a bucket, a pillow, the cat. I ended up using my hands. I did more chores that night in 10 minutes than I did in 4 years of college. Bagging stuff up, carrying bodies, doing laundry. It's like I worked for FEMA in the middle of the night. She came down the hallway with stuff still in her hair. Am I okay? I started gagging. No, go stand in the tub. I said to my wife, get her out of here, she smells. When it was all over and she was back in her bed sleeping, I took a shower, lied back down, and stared at the ceiling for hours, listening for the next sound of trouble until it was time to make breakfast. And please, keep in mind, this isn't some ludicrous tale from one awful night. This is what life with children is like, all the time. If you go into a home where children live, there isn't a single room that hasn't been thrown up on, peed on, bled on, pooped on, spit on, or cried on. It's a war zone. But these are also the same rooms where first steps were taken, where they said mama for the first time, where good report cards were hung and where happy birthday was sung. These are the rooms where pencil marks on the doorway keep track of how much they grew, where dinners were held when everyone laughed so hard they couldn't even eat. These are the rooms that without these little people would be so difficult to call home. And that's how they get you. Thank you.
Tom Papa. Oh, amen.